Here's a bold statement. One of the most underrated sci-fi gems of the 1980s is finally getting the recognition it deserves in stunning 4K. But here's where it gets controversial. Outland, a 1981 film starring Sean Connery, has long been overshadowed by its contemporaries, despite being a groundbreaking blend of sci-fi, action, and noir. Why? That's the million-dollar question we'll explore. At its core, Outland is a gripping tale of isolation and courage. Imagine High Noon, the classic western where a lone sheriff faces off against outlaws, but set on Io, one of Jupiter's moons. Connery plays a federal marshal tasked with enforcing law and order in a mining colony. When he uncovers a deadly conspiracy involving the corrupt company running the operation, he's marked for death. With no allies and assassins closing in, he's forced to stand alone. Sound familiar?
It's a premise that feels eerily similar to Alien, and that's no coincidence. And this is the part most people miss. Outland was born during a transformative era for sci-fi. Star Wars, 1977, had revolutionized the genre with its groundbreaking special effects, while Alien, 1979, brought a darker, more adult tone. Outland sits at this intersection, borrowing heavily from Alien's aesthetic, from its ominous corporate villain, played by a surprisingly menacing Peter Boyle, to its claustrophobic industrial setting. But it's not just thematic similarities. The film shares 9 department heads with Alien, and was produced by the Ladd Company, led by Alan Ladd Jr., the same executive who greenlit Alien and later Blade Runner. Even Jerry Goldsmith's haunting score ties the two films together. So why did Outland flop at the box office? Some blame Sean Connery's post-Bond career slump, while others argue it was ahead of its time. Here's a thought-provoking question. Did Outland's failure push Connery into accepting roles like Never Say Never Again? Or was it simply a victim of bad timing? Regardless, the film's legacy is undeniable. It was the first to use the IntroVision front projection system, a precursor to modern green screen technology, which revolutionized visual effects. Remember the iconic train scene in Stand By Me or Harrison Ford's bus jump in The Fugitive? That's IntroVision in action. Arrow Video's new 4K release breathes fresh life into this forgotten classic. The restoration is breathtaking, and the extras, including interviews with director Peter Hyams and cinematographer Steven Goldblatt, offer fascinating insights into its production. Goldblatt even reveals that Hyams handled most of the cinematography himself, hiring him solely for the IntroVision scenes. If you've never seen Outland, now's the time to rediscover it. With its pulse-pounding action, innovative effects, and Connery at his stoic best, it's a film that deserves a spot alongside Alien and Blade Runner in the sci-fi canon. But here's the real question. Does Outland deserve a modern reboot, or is it perfect just the way it is? Let's debate in the comments.